Nearly half of Singapore households are not affected by new higher electricity prices. Second Minister for Trade and Industry, See Leng, says that's because they have switched to the open electricity market. He was allaying concerns over higher tariffs for the fourth quarter. Mr. Tan says the hike in prices are in tandem with global fuel prices. Tariffs in the past 2 quarters were also the lowest since 2018.
The electricity and gas tariffs in the third and the fourth quarter of 2020, they still remain lower than in the first quarter of 2020. And the prices, the tariffs, are amongst the lowest since January 2018. So the prices for the last 2.5 years, this last quarter that's just passed, it's still the lowest since January 2018. So for electricity tariffs in particular, it is worth pointing out that the fourth quarter 2020 tariffs still remain at 11.6% lower than Q1 of 2020 and 6.7% lower than the average electricity tariff between January 2018 till September 2020.
The tariff hike announced by Singapore Power last month stirred up an exchange between non-constituency Member of Parliament Leong Man Wai and Dr. Tan. Mr. Leong referred to SP Group as a power grid monopolist, which spared no time in raising tariff prices amid the global pandemic.
I'm just expressing an opinion that perhaps SP Group could have waited a little bit longer. Okay, the whole pricing mechanism of the electricity market and all that, that's another topic we can deal with. For example, we know that XP has made a lot of profit when the electricity wholesale market collapsed from 2012 to 2018, and they didn't actually allow, and they didn't actually pass on the benefits to the consumer at that time because the consumers, the retail market was still in the process of being liberalized. So they had made some profits, in fact a lot of profits during those years. So why can't they just wait a little bit longer? Okay, so this is just a general policy attitude and things that we are trying to express here that we hope going forward, if we want to develop a different model, we need the Singaporean to be more resilient.
Dr. Tan clarified that SP Group doesn't benefit from the increase of tariffs directly, and that's because it buys electricity and passes it on to the generator company. Senior Minister of State for Transport and Foreign Affairs, Chee Hong Tat, also chimed in, saying that generator companies earn from the electricity tariffs instead. As the company who transmits electricity to generator companies, SP Group earns a return for the infrastructure they have put in place. They are also regulated by the Energy Market Authority.
So I think it's important for us to be clear what is the business model of the various entities before we make comments like, why are they making so much money and they're not passing on? Why are they making so much profit and they are not passing through some of these to consumers? I think Mr. Leong needs to understand what the facts are so that we can have a meaningful discussion based on accurate facts.